the Lord's creation, and we're seeing it in full force here today, trying to change human DNA. You know, I was just warning about that last week, about how they've been putting this myrrh, this white powder gold, monoatomic gold, in water, and in the water, and the drink, the stuff we're drinking. And it's been going on behind our noses all these years. And now you're hearing about water supplies being contaminated with pharmaceuticals, and towards the Midwest and Western states even being contaminated by estrogen and other hormone-type cells. And it's their agenda to turn mankind from a male and female into androgynous beings, neither male or specifically female, hermaphrodites, hermaphroditic beings. Just a way of destroying mankind. And they do this through promising people that, you're going to ascend into a new light body. They make it sound like it's good, like it's something you'd want. But what it is, it's a mockery and a fake of a resurrected body, the Lord's resurrected body. If you're a believer in Him and you die, you'll get a resurrected body when you die, and you'll go up to heaven to be with Him. So after death, we have this light, this resurrected body, and that's what Satan's trying to mimic with this monoatomic gold. That's why, I was talking about Obama. People say, he glows, and I've seen the Bible codes where he's a snorter of this white powder gold, this monoatomic gold, and that's what gives them that image of glowing. I've also seen where George Bush Jr., and I've said he has two different routes here. He won't know which route he's going until he chooses it, because the Bible code will show you 2 to 3 different paths ahead, things that can happen. And so that's why you can't always use it to try to figure out future events, because the Bible codes will give you 3 different routes. So you don't know which route's being taken until it's already taken. So all you can do is kind of talk about what you've seen. That way people know what to look out for. But I have seen George Bush's permutation and transformation in the Bible codes based on snorting this white powder gold. And so that's what Obama's already doing. Still get questions about Hillary and Obama. And you know what? I've been warning about Hillary Clinton since 2000, 2001. She wasn't even in the Senate then. I said she would be the president of the United States in 2009, or vice president, very high up there. She would be in charge of martial law in this country. So very interesting. My thoughts haven't changed. Still the same. Of course, I didn't have Obama's name back then, but even when I look at him in the codes today, I don't think he's going to live very long, because, back in January, I warned of the scheme I had seen between Hillary and Obama, the whole Democratic Party thing, to just boil it down between those two, and then take Obama out of the way, and it would pave the way for Hillary. And I'm just going to stick with that. I'm not going to, change it, because that's what I've seen since the year 2000, 2001. Even if Obama did get elected president, I don't see him staying in office very long, period. They're going to have a hard time, all these beings that are coming to Earth and planning, counting on Earth's changes simply so they can survive here, because they can't survive without them. These friendly aliens coming to Earth, it's a hodgepodge. No such thing as a friendly alien. They're all evil. I have this whole plan of bringing God's kingdom to Earth and turning it into a light body kingdom. We're going to send them to the age of Aquarius, bring heaven to Earth, and they need all these changes on Earth just so they can survive. They need chemtrails to dim the sun off the Earth, because they can't deal with the hot sun. Also, this white powder gold, they need that to give them the angelic glow, because, they're trying to come as angelic beings, and so they can't pull that facade off without the glow. And so they're using that for the glow. They're using the frankincense as perfume to hide their putrid death smells, because otherwise they smell very putrid. And so they're using perfume, frankincense to disguise it. So it's going to be very interesting. And with George Bush, if he did go that route where he was going to be their ally, you see him transforming and just becoming this ascended, what they would call ascended, what we call possessed. This light body. Oh, look, I'm God. This fake resurrected body. Nothing would surprise me at this point with George Bush. But if he doesn't go that route, then they're just going to kill him. And so that would be interesting, too, because when Maitreya comes to Earth in Iran, It's when you're going to start seeing a lot of this stuff rolling. That's what I keep, warning about. Watch Iran, watch my trade, because when he arrives, that's when everything's going to start rolling. Something interesting that I'm seeing in the codes that could happen before Maitreya even arrives. I've talked about how I keep seeing Pacific in the codes. The Pacific Ocean. And so I was laughing about March, the shooting down Capricorn hit in the Pacific, ashes in the Pacific. And like I've said, the orgone is causing these UFO ships above the Earth to stop functioning. And so they're malfunctioning and crashing to Earth. That's what you're seeing. And then the media is calling them meteors. They don't know what they are. But they are UFOs. The Lord's confirmed that for me a couple of times already, many times already. And it's the quick flash of light in the sky. Every once in a while, somebody will hear a boom and then see a flash of light. I've always just seen flashes of light. Of course, when I was in a campground about 2 years ago, huge spectacle over the campground. I believe a ship was shot out of the sky because my area that I was in was being protected. And of course, it was in the news. The whole state was enthralled by this big blue light and this big boom going on. And here's my tent right underneath it all. It was really funny. But yeah, I've seen Star Wars go on. I've seen UFOs shoot at each other. And so it's interesting. It's you want to know if there's UFOs? Go outside and look up in the sky. Watch them at night. And so back to, going to go on to my second question. Are there friendly aliens? And no, there are not friendly aliens. I've asked the Lord this many, many times thinking, okay, maybe I have it wrong. And everybody who knows me knows how cautious I am and how slow I take things, because I don't want to be wrong, and how I'll just keep going back to the Lord and ask Him to confirm, because I don't want to, maybe I heard Him wrong the first time, second time, and third time, I'll ask Him a fourth. Eventually He just kind of gets angry. You keep asking Him the same thing, and so you just learn that's the answer. Don't ask Him again. And it's one of these things with, are there friendly aliens? And one thing that He has told me over and over and over again, that He's getting sick and tired of probably telling me over and over and over again, is that there are two types of beings. There are celestial and there are terrestrial. Celestial angels are in heaven. Terrestrial aliens are on earth and in space. They've been kicked out of heaven. And so, if there was an angel, they would be a celestial being in heaven. They're one of His. They're celestial beings. And so you have the ones who are in heaven and the ones who are not. And those are terrestrials. And anything part of the terrestrial kingdom is under Satan's realm. And so it's like going to hell and asking, is there anybody nice down here? They all play agendas. They all play a different faction agenda. And I ran into a Nordic agenda several years ago. And supposedly these Nordics hate the New World Order, and they want to work with Americans and the people in the world and help them destroy the New World Order, and blah, 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 blah. And I asked the Lord about them quite a bit. Tell me something, they just have a different agenda. They don't like the New World Order because they want to come to the earth and put their own agenda on earth. And then you have these other people claiming, well, these are good aliens, and they want redemption from the Lord. They want to be allowed back into heaven. And my answer to that is they would be mingling with mankind then. They would not be mingling with mankind because they know of the deception Satan uses to trick and deceive mankind. Because I'll tell you right now, there are groups on the earth who are retired military generals, military, intelligence officials, government officials, whatever, working with these groups like these Nordics, these friendly aliens.